Hi, welcome to the How to Find Your Purpose in 3 Days challenge. Today is day 1. We're kicking it off. I'm so excited. Thank you so much for joining us. I know that there's a lot of people in this challenge who are actually just meeting me for the first time, so that's pretty exciting. Hi, Gina. Welcome, babe. And today's challenge day is focusing on one of the 3 main reasons that people don't step into their power. Hi, Christina. Welcome. Haha, Lindsay. No, we're just going to do it right here. We're going to keep it nice and easy and simple. Hey, Rebecca. Oh, hi, Lise. So, hi Liz, welcome. So just to begin, a little bit, I know, sweet, let's do it. Oh, good. It's so smart to have headphones in since, oh, yeah. Oh, I remember, Gina, last time when you were like, oh, hi, Steph. Yeah, like, oops, cussing, there's no bleep button. Yeah, so if you are not a fan of swear words, then you should probably just go ahead and unfollow me now, because I sprinkle them lightly into conversation, and it's not because I think it's cool. Hey, Tana. It's because I like to make a point, and sometimes when I make a point, it's necessary. And I also make a point of not filtering myself to make other people feel more comfortable, because I believe that when you filter yourself, hi, Miss Kim, when you filter yourself to make other people feel more comfortable, what they need to hear from you is not the watered down version of you. It's actually your truth. So when you're trying to make yourself more palatable, hi Azalea, I'm so happy you could join us. In trying to make yourself more palatable, you actually end up dishonoring yourself, and you dishonor your voice. It's a whole thing, and sometimes I go off on it because your people. Oh, hey, Miss M. Yes, I am tan. I was at the beach yesterday. Hi, Anne. Oh, love, love, love. Yeah, I go off on it frequently about how not to. Oh, Rachel's here too. Hi, Rach. Not to filter yourself, because your divine community and your divine clients are not looking for the watered down, PG rated version of you. They're looking for you as you showed up on this planet, as you were born. But anyway, that's not what our video is about today. So if you don't know who I am, if you've never encountered me, if you haven't had an opportunity to read through some of the stuff in my Facebook group, or read some of the intro emails and stuff like that, I am, oh, Nick's here. Hi, Nick. Welcome. I am a divine money manifesting coach, which means that I help spiritual people, healers, coaches, people who have a higher purpose, really connect with their money, with their divine fortune. Hi, Margaret. Hi, Tracy. Welcome. And that is because everybody has a divine fortune set aside for them. And this is not woo-woo. This is not made up. This is absolute fact. We all have a divine fortune. And I know you can fucking feel it. I know you can feel it, because I know that you're sitting there frustrated going, where's my money at? I did all the things. I did all the right things. I joined all the right groups. I did all the right coaching. Hey, Tracy, Betty, Ann, welcome. So where's my money at? You're checking your bank account and you're feeling frustrated, right? Because you have that sense that your divine fortune is just there. It's just out of reach. And so what I do is I help people get out of their own way and connect with their divine fortune, so that they can afford to stop worrying about money and do what it is that they came to this planet to do, which is make a profound, beautiful, yummy, delicious difference. I came from a background of extreme trauma. I've suffered all of the abuses that a person could possibly experience. I was in foster care for 6 years. I have been homeless 4 times. I was a single mom and homeless. I have lived through extreme poverty, where my daughter and I have lived on $25 a week for food. Anything that you've been through, I've been through. pretty much. So I can definitely relate on a deep level to suffering and trauma and wounding. And just right off the bat, I just want to let you know that it's possible to have a different life and it's possible for things to be a different way. You don't have to settle for what you have been living with up until now. Things can be better. You can live your best life. And that's kind of why we're here, right? That's kind of why we're doing this challenge, because everybody was born to do something. It's not an accident that you're on this planet. You are not a mistake. You're not a waste of space. Hey, Veronica. Hey, Karen. Hi, Creepa. Oh, my little love. So as we're born on this planet, we all have something really important to do. And actually today, our process is going to be just a little bit helping you reconnect with that. That your role is really important. No matter how big or small it is, it's still vital, right? Some of you will be destined to have millions and millions of followers. Some of you will just make millions of dollars with a few followers, okay? So it doesn't mean that you're going to be in charge of deconstructing some of the toxic, dysfunctional constructs that are on this planet in order to make your profound difference. You might be the person who creates the butterfly effect that creates that wave of change. You might be parenting that person, right? So we all have a specific thing. We all have a thing, and many people call it purpose. And that's why my challenge is titled, How to Find Your Purpose in 3 Days. Hi, Jess. Welcome, babe. And that's because you are your purpose. And the challenge is done. That's all, folks. No, I'm just kidding. So, okay, you don't have to go find anything. You already showed up. Okay, so that's the good news. So what is it really that you're looking for? Well, the thing that you're really... Em says, I don't need followers. Just show me the money, honey. I love it. Yes, why not? What I mean is that you don't need to go out and do something special. Oh, that's fun. They want you to know, Steph. I hope you're paying attention. You don't have to prove yourself. You don't have to prove that you deserve a seat at the table. You have a seat at the table. You're here. You're at the table, right? There's nothing that you have left to prove. What it really is, what finding your purpose actually entails, is how do you get super duper comfortable with being yourself and receiving money for that. That's where we get tripped up. That's where we fall, right? Because I know in at least half of you, something in your head right now went, oh, that's not possible. And you can tell us if that was you. It's not possible to be myself and get paid for it. Who's going to pay me for that, right? Who's going to pay me to be myself? Yeah, right? Like, I know that there's a voice in your head that's going something like that. Oh, I don't know where to start. Or I don't know the people who would pay me to be myself, right? And all these different things. So there are 3 main reasons why people don't ever step into their power. Reason number 1 is because we lack value in ourselves, okay? I'm not worthy. Who am I? I don't feel like I'm enough. I'm too small. What can I do? I'm just one person, right? I don't know how, right? So some of you are just looking for someone to give you the instructions. How do I? Just tell me the steps. What are the rules? What is the formula that I need in order to be able to show up as myself, live my purpose, aka be your divine self, and get paid handsomely for it, right? Some of you might understand like the vision and might know how to break down the vision. Yeah, feel worthless, feel unworthy, undeserving. Yes, absolutely. So that's a value issue. That's a challenge with value. Whereas some of you are going to be sitting there and don't really care. Right, so for the first one, it's people pleasing, right? A people pleaser. don't like have to feel like you have to buy your seat or earn your seat at the table. And then we've got, you know, something that's a little bit more of an integrator challenge, which is like, but how? But why? But what's my why? Where's the pivot point? What's going to be the thing that lights me up and motivates me, right? So that's this kind of one of the second things. And then the third thing is just kind of a lack of vision, right? You can't see your value. You just don't perceive it. And that one is usually due to mistakes, right? That's not possible for me because I've made too many mistakes in my life. I have messed up too many times. I've missed too many opportunities. I've been taken advantage of too many times. I have, right, XYZ. Things that are timeline related tend to be people who lack value but have more of like a visionary perspective. Then the second issue, right? So the first reason that people don't ever step into their power is because who the fuck am I? Why would I? How? Like how? And how? Why? Like I don't get it, right? And then the second one is it doesn't exist. What I want simply doesn't exist. What I want to be paid to travel and have experiences. Yeah, Gina, I totally get that. I totally see that about you. I want to travel and be paid to have experiences, but who's going to do that? It doesn't exist. It's not possible for me. Or I just want to travel around and heal the earth, right? I just want to put my hands on the earth and run energy through it and heal the planet. But who's going to pay me to do that? It's not possible, right? Or one of my clients the other day, I just want to have a dog rescue, but then I'm going to be poor my whole life. Talk about limiting beliefs, right? And if you're watching, you know who you are. And we crafted a plan that would make it very, not only like reasonable, but totally legitimate to make millions of dollars a year as a dog rescue, just living on a ranch, enjoying the animals. Like it's absolutely possible, but we get that in our brain that it just doesn't exist, that it's not possible. I love it. I love it. I freaking love it when when a healer tells me, someone who was born an innate healer, and I know that there are some of you in this group who have mentioned that you would love to heal and help people, but you're just not sure if you can make money doing it. You know, I love it when someone says, oh, I want to be a healer, but I'm doing this instead to make money so that then I can heal. And I'm like, why don't you just heal to make money? I don't understand. And the reason that I don't understand is because I'm a healer. And this year so far in sales, let's see, where are we? June. So far in June, I've made almost $550,000. Okay. So you can absolutely be anything you want and make any amount of money you want. Ooh, right, Cheryl, you're already so on your way. I love it. But we just get it in our head that what we want is not available to us, that it's not even out there, that doesn't even exist. So that's number 2. And then the third thing that really stops people, or less. I love it. I can totally see you working less than that. Oh, thank you, Lindsay. Oh, I so receive that. Thank you, sweetheart. The third thing that really stops people from stepping powerfully into their calling or into their purpose is that idea that, okay, sure, it's possible for you, but there's something wrong with me. Like, so other people can do it. So that's nice, Abby. Like, it's nice that you can do it, but that's not possible for me, right? I am broken. So that's what we're going to be working through during this 3 days. Actually, it's 4. I don't want to change the name to How to Find Your Purpose in 4 days, because day 4 is just kind of like a wrap up. It's still 3 days that we're finding our purpose. We could just do it right now. We already found our purpose. You know, it's you. It's just being you. Right? And so really the ultimate challenge is, how do you crack off all of those perceptions, all of those desires. Yeah, Gina stuck in 3. Yeah, Mandarava. Yep, your clients can do it, but not you. Lindsay got imposter syndrome. Gina's got number 3, totally. So how do you crack off that shell of that perception? Oh, I love it. Azalea, what is it? Tell us. Crack off that perception and those projections that the rest of the world has given to you. Yeah, right. I love it. Ooh, so good. So that you're allowed, so that you have permission to just show up as yourself and get paid handsomely for it. Do you think that I show up as anything other than myself? Do you know that if I wasn't being paid over $100,000 a month to do this, I would still do this? Because this lights me up. Working with you, doing this, just, oh, I love it, Tracy. That sounds amazing. Doing this is what fuels me. It's literally why I was put on this planet. So it would never matter how much money I had or didn't have. Honestly, I would still do this. I might do it less frequently. I might not do it every month. I probably do it like once a quarter, but I might do it more frequently because I get bored. I got to stay active. I love helping. Transformation is my jam. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. So I am myself all day, every day, and I get paid handsomely for it, right? Cool. All right. So let's see. So today we're gonna work with that lack of perceived value. That, oh, Azalea, I love that. Ooh, that feels so good. That feels so aligned and so needed, right? So needed. We're gonna work with that. I'm not good enough. It's too big for me. Who am I? Yeah, absolutely. Well, the thing is that you have to only do things that pay until your money is coming in by itself. I mean, there's definitely a tithing aspect, but that's so separate. At this point, healers, leaders, coaches, people, helpers, nurturers have gotten so addicted and attached to their vow of poverty that they're not able to break out of that cycle of the vow of poverty, right? So what we want to do today is we want to really let go of that I'm too small, I can't handle it, I don't have the value, I'm not worthy. We want to really let go of all of those constructs, and we're going to crack them open. So that you can step into your power with it, this beautiful certainty, okay? And it's only a perception. This idea that that you're not enough is just a perception. It's not actually true. It's just something that's been projected on you, that you've been told, and you don't have to carry that anymore. I'm going to give you permission right now to put that down, actually. And the thing is that without that certainty, without the certainty of who you are, not as a human, but as a soul, then you miss opportunities or you avoid opportunities. You completely ignore signs and symbols, and you just don't get there because there's no trust, there's no belief. It would be like being in an event and the speaker on stage looks around at everybody and says, 10 people in this room are going to be billionaires, right? And you look around the room wondering which 10 people it's going to be, never for a second considering that you might be one of those people, because you just automatically discount that possibility. Who, me? No, I don't know how. I'm not enough. I'm too small. What I have to offer is not that valuable. It's too big, and et cetera, et cetera. I've made too many mistakes. I'm too old. I'm too young. I'm too big. I'm too small. I'm too tall. I'm too short. I wear glasses too much. I don't wear glasses. I have this color hair. I have that color hair. So good, Linz. Ask me how I know, right? Because of who I am as a being, I can only teach from experience. So everything that I teach is literally from my own experience, and so I totally, totally get it. If I'm saying something that resonates with you. Okay, so it's time to own your greatness. It's time to own your divinity, your power, your abilities, and it's time to step into your power. If ever there was a time, oh my goodness gracious, my crown is just doing such gloriously chaotic things with my hair right now. I tried to get it straight even. The world really needs you. The world needs what you have to offer. The world needs you to be okay, to feel comfortable in your skin, to feel settled, to feel stable. Oh, yeah, right, Jess. I should have already been there, right? When we set life goals for ourselves based on certain ages, and then we get to that age. Oh, thanks, Jean. I appreciate it. And then we get to that age and we stop beating ourselves up and just like giving ourselves such a hard time for not having reached this like perceived, oh, thanks, Rach, this perceived place that was based on, oh, ooh, oh yeah. Thanks. Aw, I love you. Anyway, you get what I'm saying, right? The world needs you. It's time. It's time to step up. It's time to really feel into who you are, not who you were meant to be, not who you were born to be, but who you are inside, underneath all of that shell of protection and trauma and wounding and other people's opinions of you. And other people's opinions, by the way, include society's opinions of who you should be being, because they can go fuck themselves. Who you should be being is who you are. And that's it. That's it. That's all. That is it. At the very bottom, who you should be being at any time is you. And it is absolutely okay for you to be paid handsomely just for being you. Do you know that you're changing the world just by showing up? You don't actually have to do something to create those beautiful rippling effects that go out into the world. You don't actually have to be a certain somebody, right? We get so wrapped up in this idea that we need to have an identity, that we need to have a persona, and that persona needs to be accepted. And there's a whole, yes, who you should be being is who you are. That's exactly right. And it's who you are underneath all of the crap of what you've taken on in your lifetime, right? So it would be lovely if it were just as simple as, okay, I'm going to show up as me now. But, you know, I wouldn't have a job. It wouldn't be necessary. I'd find something else, so don't you worry. If all the world was fine with who they were right now, I would celebrate, because there would only be peace. There would only be peace and tranquility and love, and it would be a blissful place to be. I would be totally okay with that. All right, my loves. So we're going to do a process, and this process is cosmic, okay? So it is nothing like you, it might have oh, okay. I'm getting information to just start. I don't need to do any setups. Just follow along. It's very safe. You're very held. You're held in a space of light. I am a warrior of light, so I work for the team of light. If you can't tell, look at my eyes. You can see how much light there is. And I have eons of angels and archangels holding space for you. So when you're here in my sphere, you'll be really well protected. All right, so just begin by taking some nice deep cleansing breaths, and on one of those breaths, close your eyes. I see. I'm getting the message that a lot of the work that we're doing is actually energetic, which is why you don't need too much of preamble or explanation. You actually just need to be here in the experience with me, and you will receive cosmically exactly what you need to, so that we can forgo a lot of the words that get in the way of the brain and go right to the exponential, expedited growth. Perfect. Thank you for that clarification. I appreciate that. Alrighty. The first thing I want you to do is I want you to, okay, breathe out. Let's take 3 deep breaths. And as you breathe out, I want you to notice where any heaviness is in your body and just breathe it physically out of your mouth. Yum, yum, yum. Okay, so notice where your body is. So keep your eyes closed. Notice where your body is. You can touch your body. You can touch the seat if you need to. I want you to imagine your feet or your spine, the base of your spine, is growing roots, or are growing roots if it's your feet, growing roots into the ground, okay, just to ground you. It's a very cosmic exercise, which means that you need to stay connected to the earth, so you know where to come back to. Good. Grounding, 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 reaching deep into the earth. The beautiful thing about grounding into the earth is that anything that's in your body that needs to be cleansed and purified is going to be drawn out of your body. And so the earth is going to be working on your body while you're working on your mind and spirit. Beautiful stuff. Okay, cool. Alrighty. This is an expedited version of the process we did last time, which I love. Okay, so what I want you to notice is that somewhere in space is a space station. And there's a cord connecting you with this space station. I can feel some of you having a little bit of a nervous reaction because you already can sense where I'm going to go with this. I want to let you know you are perfectly safe. If you need to put a bubble of light or energy around yourself, or even like a bubble of gel, it's like a plasma, go ahead and do so. Beautiful. Okay, awesome. Woo! We're collapsing timelines right now, so a lot of powerful things are happening in this space. Thank you for being here with me. Gorgeous. Okay, cool. Back to the process. Okay, you're on Earth. You're connecting to a space station. It's your space station, by the way. That's it. Any fear or nervousness that comes up, I want you to just breathe it up, breathe it through your throat, and breathe it out of your mouth. You're allowed to be afraid. You're allowed to have your emotions. But I want you to encourage you to, if it feels comfortable, not comfortable, but if it feels like it won't fry your system, to keep moving forward with this process with us, okay? Okay, just move along the cord from your body. Your body's going to stay attached to earth. You're just your consciousness is going to move along the cord. Ooh, I'm putting a nice big white light, invisible barrier around all of us so we can travel together incognito. Excellent. Thank you. Encoding it within time, space, all dimensions and realities. Beautiful. Excellent. Thank you. Moving up, moving up, moving up through your cord to your space station. Many of you have already landed. There are a few of you who are like, and Tara, just inching along your cord. I want to give you permission to have like a really fast cable car that you can climb into that keeps you nice and safe and then zooms you up to your space station. Beautiful. Good. You can breathe totally normally. There's nothing about space that's unsafe for you. No one can see. You're completely invisible. You're very divinely protected, not only by God, Creator, but all of the angels, archangels, and ascended masters are keeping you safe right now. Good. Yes, you can feel that. Beautiful. Everybody. Okay, almost got a couple of laggers. We love you. So you're not in trouble, I promise. Let's just bring you up. I'm going to assist. Boop. Cool. One person is stuck on the ground, not feeling safe to go to their space station. That is totally okay. That is totally all right. You're like, where am I? Welcome. Welcome to quantum growth and cosmic processes. It's good for you. You would not be here if you weren't supposed to be here. This is not an accident. There are no accidents. Good. So everybody in their space station, what you're going to notice is that your higher self is actually in charge of the space station. So just spend a few moments connecting with your higher self. Imagine that the highest aspect of you, the most divine aspect, if you're religious, then it's the God part of you. If you are not, if you're more spiritual, then it's just it's your higher being. It's the one that exists outside of the human body, your soul. But the highest aspects of your soul, beautiful. Imagine that you could visualize or imagine that this aspect, this high aspect of you has stepped in to this space to greet you. If you have no idea what I'm really saying, that's okay, because your soul knows. So instead of trying to figure it out, just kind of go along with the process. There is no wrong or right way of doing this. It's just your own experience. Everybody's space station would look different. Mine is like the Starship Enterprise. Beautiful. Excellent. Oh. For those of you who are not feeling safe, you are safe, but you can go ahead and imagine a blanket, like a really soft, cozy blanket, wrapping around you and just holding you really tightly, and that's going to assist with your feeling of security. Let's take any thoughts about what are people going to think of me if I tell them about this process, and just put that to the side, because they don't need to know until you feel comfortable talking them through it. Good. Alrighty, connecting with your highest version of yourself. Notice how you feel being with that version of you. Maybe a little intimidated, maybe happy to be reconnected, maybe relieved that there is a version of you outside of your physical body that's holding space for you. Good. And this version of you, this aspect of you, walks you over to the monitor, the computer screen. Okay, so she's constantly monitoring your progress on Earth, or he, or just the divine energy being. Doesn't have to have a gender. So this being, your higher self, is constantly monitoring you on Earth, and I want you to just follow along as that higher version of yourself shows you on Earth. And the first thing I want you to notice is how small and tiny all of those, I'm not worthy, I'm not enough, I'm too small. Notice how small and limiting and confining all of those things are. Tiny, 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 tiny. Now, when you're inside of them, they feel huge, but from this perspective, notice how small they are. And let's just go ahead and some of them are going to just pop, boop, like a bubble, like a soap bubble, and just burst into non-existence. Some of them are going to dissolve into energy and just be transmuted into love. And that love energy can recycle back into you, or it can cycle back out into the universe. We're going to just go ahead and allow some of those constructs boop, 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 to be dissolved. From this perspective, it feels so distant. Some of you are trying to go back to that human self because it doesn't feel safe to let go of them. You're welcome to. But now is the time, if you're ready, that you can let them go. From this perspective, I want you to notice all of the beautiful things about you that you don't usually allow yourself to notice. All of your muchness, all of the things that make you great, all of the things. See yourself through expanded eyes. See how big you are energetically. See how beautiful you are, how important you are. I want you to really notice your position within the great cosmic wheel of life. From the space station, it'll be a little bit easier to perceive, because as you look to the left and right, notice all the different space stations with everybody whose higher selves are doing the same. all connected, all a part, all a vital part. From where you're standing, you can see that all of those small thoughts have been given to you by someone else. They're not true. So just give your human self permission to just put them down. It's almost like you flush them down the toilet or push them down the garbage disposal. You don't need them anymore. They're not serving you. And the version of you that's in the space station might start to feel a little fear. If you do, just breathe it out. Breathe it through. Notice that your higher self is holding such a beautiful space for you, not judging you. Just love, comfort, acceptance. Not overly motherly, fatherly, not overly coddling of you either. Just holding a space for you to be, just wanting you to see the very most accurate version of you. For some of you, the connection to the smallness, to the lack of perceived value, might feel like a tapestry that's interwoven with your being. I want you to find the thread and pull it. And as you pull it, it suddenly unravels. Yes. Good. And there doesn't have to be like an elation, and there also doesn't have to be like a fear. It's just a calm knowing that exactly who you are is more than enough. That you were born to make manifest all the power within you. That you are perfect and whole, just the way that you are. And that everything on your journey is a puzzle piece. An exploration, a learning. That just takes you to the next level of being. And that how, there's a how do I let go? How do I just be? And the truthful answer of that is you stop feeding energy into those old narratives. So when you start to tell yourself that old story, instead of falling into it, you just witness it and observe it, let it pass through, and breathe it out. And what I mean by narrative is a story that says, I'm not enough. I'm worthless. Instead of falling into it, witness that story. Just witness it. And let it pass through. And see from an interstellar perspective how small that story is and how confined it keeps you and how false it is. See, it's tiny and false. It's like, I don't know, it's like you're a human and someone gives you like a Barbie coat, like a Barbie, like for Barbies. And you take it and you go, oh, this is my coat. And you find a way to squeeze it on you. Maybe you just put it on like the edge of your pinky or something. But somehow when you put on that coat, you accept that that is your coat and you take that as fact, right? And then you make all of the reasons why the coat doesn't fit your fault. Oh, I'm too tall, I'm too human. My hands should be smaller so they could fit in through the arm of the coat. But that Bobby coat was never meant for you. This limiting idea of who you are and how limited your value is wasn't meant for you. It wasn't created for you, it wasn't created by you. It was just given to you by someone else because of their perceived smallness. Because of their perceived lack of value. Go ahead and take that Barbie coat off the tip of your finger. Just explode it, burst right through it, or melt it. burn it into dust, or just dissolve it into energy and let it bless someone in a loving way rather than keeping you small. And it can be, I know it doesn't seem like it should be able to be, but it can be as simple as just imagining that it's a soap bubble and it pops and it's gone. It doesn't have to be the hard way. It doesn't have to be the full route. It doesn't have to be the systematic way. Ha! Yes, some of you are getting on board. Good, 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 good. Popping through those limitations and that smallness and that perceived lack of value, just popping, 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 popping. Like a bunch of soap bubbles all around you, just popping, just going, just being gone. Oh, great question. Someone asked me, how do I know that this would work? How did they know that this would work? Well, let me give you a scientific reason that this would work. First of all, let me tell you that I'm very good. If you didn't know this about me yet, most of my clients came to me last year making less than $5,000, and they ended up by the end of last year making over $135 million. So that's number one. I know what I'm doing. Cool. Number two, your brain believes anything that you get your brain to believe becomes true in your world. So if you can turn your belief over to me and assume that I know you and that you're not broken and that you're not too small and that you have ultimate huge value and that you're here for a very, very important reason, then as your brain receives my permission to expand and explode, when I say expand, I mean to nothing. I mean like, just expanding it till it's non-existent. Those limitations, and that is exactly what will happen in your brain. At another time, we can talk about the neuroscience of how and why. Good. Good, good, good. One more person I don't know how to let go. Okay, let's do it really literally. I want you to imagine that you could actually bring those beliefs, that smallness, that I'm not valuable, bring it in front of you as a sign or symbol. Okay, if fire doesn't feel good to you, let's use water and let's cleanse it. And as we're washing that belief, we're actually washing off everything that's not true. And it's washing away all the events that your brain has convinced you reinforce that limiting belief. You're just washing it away, washing it away. And as all of the falseness of that limiting belief washes away, some truths are going to pop in that remind you of how big you are. And I'm just getting this image of just washing it. It's almost as if it's dissolving into nothing, just washing all of the untruth of it away. It doesn't stand a chance. Because you are a sovereign being, and this is your sovereign space, and in your space station, you are much more powerful because you're detached. It's very difficult to see yourself accurately when you're looking out through your own human eyes. But from this perspective, you can see that you're detached. You can see how nothing that belief is that you've had about yourself and your abilities and your value. And just blowing it into nothing. Good. And then go up even higher. I'm going to go even further up until you connect with consciousness, with the cosmic all, as some of you might refer to as God, as universe, as creator. I want you to go all the way up until your awareness is so expanded. You're connected with all. Some of you don't think you have permission. You do. You have permission. Go ahead. Because I know. Good. Some of you are worried about getting into trouble. No. You won't, because this is what has been desperately desired for you to do, to connect with the cosmic all and to realize your hugeness. Yes, beautiful. Of course you are valuable. That's not even a question. You are God manifested on this planet. If that's not valuable, then nothing is. There is no price that anyone could pay you that would actually honor your true value. Any payments we receive are as a token, as a gratitude gift, as a love offering. Some of you are feeling a little jarred because you've been so taught that you're small and nothing, that to connect with your divine essence is jarring. It just kind of shakes you internally, like you might feel jittery. If that describes you, I want you to imagine yourself again wrapping yourself in that beautiful soft fuzzy blanket. Imagine pouring just like a warm healing liquid into you to soothe your jittery cells and nerves. There's a lot of cleansing and clearing going on while you're doing this. By the way, you're releasing a lot of crap. Imagine like a broth or a warm hot chocolate, just kind of like pouring into your body, your soul, and just soothing. Good. The transition can be effortless. It doesn't have to be jarring. Oh, good. Love. Oh, thank you for sharing. Azalea, I love it. Gorgeous. I want you to take a piece of your cosmic essence, of your divinity. I want you to turn it into energy or a sign or symbol. And I want you to place it somewhere within yourself, within your body, so you can remember. Sometimes people can touch their wrist, so they place it in their wrist to remember. Maybe it's your collarbone. Place it somewhere you can touch it and activate this knowledge that you are divine, that God lives within you, that you are humongous. There's nothing that you cannot do because you are everything. To perceive yourself as limited is just silly. Good. Locking it into place. Lock it in. And you're going to gently come back to your body, okay? Imagine that you have the most loving, warm, nurturing, soft capsule. And it's just bringing you back to this planet. And not like, it's not like when you swim up too fast and you get the bends, okay? It's very loving. It's very nurturing. It's very gentle. It's very safe. Just bringing yourself back to your body, okay? Good. It's not going to drop you. Can reintegrate lovely, easily, effortlessly. Sewing all your reintegrations on the outer skirts of your energy field so that any new things that you're bringing in, behaviors or programs, codes or downloads, they're integrated on the outside of your energy field and they're woven in easy and effortlessly, okay? It doesn't have to be a big contraction. There doesn't have to be a big drop. It doesn't have to be a dramatic shift or change. It's just different. It's just you're different now. You just have a knowing. You have a remembrance of who you are. Beautiful. Coming back to the body. Back to the room. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Eyes open, wide awake and alert. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Eyes open, wide awake and alert. Hey, Jaquise. Yeah, just watch it again later. It's good. Definitely do it. So, how y'all doing? Have some water, shake out your body. How you feeling? How you feeling about your smallness, or that voice that tells you that you're not enough? How's that voice? Tell me about that programming. Yeah, Steph? Let's hear more. I loved Azalea's notes. Thank you for sharing that, babe. How's everybody else doing? And what questions do you have? Oh yeah, Gina, that's totally normal. You were still with us, don't worry. Yay! Yeah. Lindsay, I'm not surprised. That's because your higher self has been activated. And that smaller version of who you thought you were has now been dissolved and reintegrated into who you are, which is beautiful. Gorgeous. Yeah. Rachel, awesome. You're like, was there a voice before? If there wasn't, it's gone now. Beautiful, Tracy. Yeah, Lise, it is much more comfortable in the space station. Earth is heavy. Earth is jarring. Totally. That's awesome, Tracy. Yeah. There's lots of stuff. There's lots of stuff. Meditation is great, but it actually doesn't get into the programming. Oh, I love that, Rach. Aha, a tall, willowy space princess. That feels so yummy and awesome. Cool. How's everyone else doing? Beta, you didn't want to leave your higher self. It was great. You made a dodgeball with your limiting beliefs. Oh, I love that. And you shot it to a black hole in space. That's so good. I love that. That's so creative. Azalea, can't wait to meditate and see her again. Beautiful. What you're going to notice is that you're going to connect even more and more with her all the time. It's going to be really fun. Hi, Ellen. I didn't know you were there, babe. Anyone else? And any questions before we end for today? I forgot to write down the questions from the Q&A post. If any of my darlings from my Connection and Intimacy team want to help answer those questions. Ooh, yeah, it is time. That's why she said that, Lance. Please do. Otherwise, I will get back to them on the video to Molly. It's time. Gorgeous. Beautiful. All right, my loves. If there's no other questions or no other comments. Oh, she smiled at you. Yeah, she was probably communicating telepathically with you, Gina. She might have been installing. Oh, she was a space princess too. Yeah, she may have been installing in you, which is why she didn't want to distract you with words. Beautiful. Oh, your Barbie coat was placed by your mother. You burned it and blew away the ashes. You couldn't see the higher me, so your grandma. Oh, that's so beautiful. I love that. And Tracy, that's gorgeous. Yours was holding your hand. Beautiful. So gorgeous. Well, thank you so much for, yeah, that's why we're here, right? That's why we're here. We're here to heal. Thank you for joining me today, beautiful souls. I'll see you tomorrow for day 2 when we tackle the thing that I want doesn't exist. Alrighty. Have a great night. If you haven't done the assignment for today, make sure to do that for tomorrow. That is a very vital part of this process, okay? And lots of love and light. Love, 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 love. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.